Welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's hot. It's very hot. I had a client today who said it was 102 at her house in LA, and that's just too hot. So I have my lights turned down low tonight, and I hope you guys have a fan or something by you so that you can cool off. But tonight we're going to be doing a tool clean out. And for those of you that are new, I'm hoping that you can learn something about some new energy tools for yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and get started by setting the energy for this with a prayer. And, you know, tonight's meditation is almost more like a class. And I think I've got it down to about 30 minutes. It's possible it might go over 5 minutes or so. So I just wanted to give you a heads up ahead of time. All right, I'm going to set the energy now for the meditation and class. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace, body, mind, and spirit. Amen. All righty. Well, tonight we're going to be cleaning out 3 tools. We're going to get our female energy running first and then clean out some tools. Those tools are your grounding cord, your tool of golden suns, and then the tool of the center of your head. All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and get yourself comfortable in your chair. Put your feet flat on the ground, hips distance apart. And the first thing we're going to do is to create a brand new grounding cord. So if you have a grounding cord on right now, go ahead and drop it into the center of the planet and create a brand new one in present time. The grounding cord is a line of energy that connects you at the base of your spine where your first chakra is. And it goes all the way down through the floor, through the dirt, through the lava, till it goes to the very center of the planet, where you will figure out a way to attach it. You could tie it around a rock or drill it in, whatever kind of imagery you want to use. You want to attach that grounding cord firmly. And also make sure that the connection is firm at the first chakra, at the start of the grounding cord. Make sure that that's strong. So the point of your grounding cord is to create a means by which you can release energy. All the energy that you're ready to release can now go down that grounding cord into the center of the planet. And you can easily release it down the grounding cord. If you want to give yourself a better visual for it to be slick, you could add some psychic oil to your grounding cord, or you could put a waterfall around it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is imagine pulling your aura in close around you. During the day, we tend to forget to keep that aura edge close to us, and a lot of times it will spread to the walls of the room that you're in. So imagine that you're pulling your bubble in close around you to about 2 to 3 feet from the edge of your body. And if you open up your grounding cord like a big tube, you can tuck the bottom edges of your aura into that tube underneath your feet. Just going to briefly go over running your energy. Go ahead and say hello to some clean, fresh cosmic energy. And you can bring that into the back of your crown chakra. And from there, it's going to flow through all of your major chakras. It flows from the crown chakra down through the center of your head, cleaning out your 6th chakra, which is your clairvoyant chakra. And from there, the flow goes from the center of your head down through your throat, where your fifth chakra is. And that is your clairaudient chakra, how you hear energy. Then from the throat chakra, the energy travels down through the heart chakra, cleaning that out. And from the heart chakra, it flows down through the solar plexus, cleaning out your third chakra, which is your energy distribution chakra. And then from the third chakra, it flows down through the second chakra, which is 2 inches below your belly button and inside your abdomen. And that is your emotional and sexual chakra. From the second chakra, it flows right into the first chakra at the base of your spine. That's the one you have your grounding cord attached to. And it's going to flow in a clockwise motion in that first chakra. That cosmic energy helps clean out the chakra. And for right now, you can just let all of that energy that's flowing down go down into your grounding cord. And we're going to start to say hello to your leg channels. So you might imagine that you're opening up the chakras in your feet. And draw up some clean, fresh earth energy from way deep down. And that earth energy can be whatever color is in affinity with you, because there are all colors imaginable in the earth. And then once that energy flows through the foot chakras, it's going to come up through the legs, all the way up the legs. And it also will pass through your ankle chakras, your knee chakras, and your hip chakras. So it cleans all of those out on its way up to the first chakra. And once that energy hits the first chakra, it's also going to swirl around in a clockwise motion with the cosmic energy. Now you're going to take 90% cosmic energy and 10% earth energy and start moving them up your front channels. And those channels just pass through all of the major chakras again, only the reverse. So the energy will travel from your first chakra up through your second chakra in your abdomen. And from your abdomen, it will pass through your solar plexus and your third chakra. From the solar plexus, it moves through the heart chakra in the center of your chest. And then from the heart chakra, it flows through the throat chakra. Now at the throat chakra, we're going to branch some of the energy that's flowing up through the front channels, and we're going to branch it out through our arms. We call these your creative channels. So go ahead and start branching some of that out into your arms, and it flows all the way out your arms to your hands and exits out the chakra in your hand. Now the rest of that energy that's coming up the front channels continues to clean out it goes from the throat chakra up through the center of your head, cleaning out your clairvoyant chakra. And from the center of your head, it flows up through the top of your head, where your crown chakra is. And you actually want that spouting up about 2 to 3 feet above your head. Good. All right. Got your energy channels flowing, and now we're going to do our female grounding because it is Female Fridays. And your female grounding is saying hello to your uterus to start with, and putting a grounding cord, like a big tube, underneath your uterus. And that tube dumps into your regular grounding cord. Then you can ground each of your ovaries into that uterine grounding cord by just drawing a line from each ovary into that grounding cord. And then on your backside, you have your sciatic nerves that come up to your butt dimples. And you're going to draw a line of energy from each sciatic nerve into that uterine grounding. And now that you've got that grounding on you, go ahead and say hello to any male energy that has wound up in your female space. And let that flow down the grounding cord and into the center of the planet. Okay. We have one last female space to ground, and that's your female creative energy that gets generated out in front of your abdomen. And I know this is going to sound weird for those of you that are new, but you're going to place a big tube grounding cord out in front of your abdomen. I know we're used to grounding the body, but this is to ground the female creative energy. And it gets generated out there, and the point is to ground it down to about the size of a basketball. Good. All right. Let's just check to see that the grounding cords are working. Say hello to any responsibility energy that you might have or be holding on to in your space, and send that down the grounding cord. And also say hello to any energies that aren't vibrating in present time. You can let go of that old energy. Okay, good job. We're going to start with our first tool tonight, which is your grounding cord. And we're going to be using a rose as a symbol for your tool of a grounding cord. So you're going to learn about another tool, which is the rose, which we can use a million different ways. Tonight, we're going to use it to act as the symbol for our tool of a grounding cord. So go ahead with your eyes closed and create a rose out on your white screen with the postulate that the rose represents your grounding cord tool. And then you're going to put a grounding cord on the rose and ground it to the center of the planet. Go ahead and take a look at the rose. Is it dark, or can you see a color representing the energy of your grounding cord? You can start by saying hello to any dark colors in the rose and letting gravity pull them out of the rose and into the grounding cord. And when I say hello to an energy, it really is like giving it a neutral acknowledgement. When these energies are released from the rose and they travel down the grounding cord, They actually travel to the center of the universe where they will be recycled into new energies. Next, say hello to any people that have been trying to ground through you. You may see them or you may get a sense of them. So anyone that you find in your rows, go ahead and release them. The reason people might be looking for your survival information is because they can't locate their own. And that's because your grounding cord is attached to your first chakra, and that chakra has all of your survival information in it. If you are a parent and you find your child in the rows in your grounding cord, what you want to do is move the child out of your first chakra and instead connect a cord, which is a line of energy, from your first chakra to your child's first chakra. They will need that survival information until they can access their own. And each child will have their own timeline for that. And this is also true if you are a grandparent watching your grandchild. Next, go ahead and say hello to any stuck energy blobs that might have gotten stuck in your grounding cord, or for colors that look like they don't belong in your grounding cord. Again, dark colors, grays, browns, blacks, white. We ultimately want the energy in the rows to be free-flowing throughout the rows. Now release any destroy energy from the rows. This is a very low and dark energy. Now you can release old pictures that have gotten stuck in your grounding cord. What you're going to do is look for colored dots. These are the pictures that have gotten stuck in the cord. So look in the rows for colored dots. And once you see them, say hello to them and send those colored dots down the grounding cord. And then lastly, we'll check for any competition energy being thrown at your grounding cord. When I say competition energy, look to see if any colors get stimulated. Say hello to them and send them down the grounding cord. after you've cleared competition energy, now what we're going to do is fill the rose in with a big gold sun. So imagine that you're collecting up your energy from the week in directing it into a big gold sun above the rose that you have out on your screen, and fill the rose in with the big golden sun. Good. And since we're done working on the grounding cord rose, it's time to blow up that rose and disperse all the energy we just worked on. So you could imagine putting an Acme bomb underneath the rose, or a time bomb, whatever you want to use. Go ahead, light the fuse and blow up the rose. All right, good job. Next, we're going to work on your second tool, which is golden suns. So using the symbol of a rose, we will create a new rose for your tool of golden suns. So you can put the picture of the rose out on your screen and one of your freshly cleaned out grounding cords on the rose. Ground it to the center of the planet. This tool represents your ability to replenish your energy. And we'll start by looking for any dark energy and grounding it out. Next, you may find people in your tool of a sun because they may not know how to replenish themselves. Move them into the grounding cord and let gravity pull them out. You know, it's not your problem that other people do not know how to replenish themselves. Let them come take a class to learn how. Next, look for relatives in your rose and clear them and their competition energy. Ground all of that. Now we're going to look for low-level beings. For those of you that are new to this, a low-level being may look just like a blob of energy. And here's what you're going to do if you find a blob of energy. You're going to put a gold grounding cord under the blob of energy and a gold line of energy from the top of the blob to a golden sun above its head to represent Supreme Being. Then, once you've connected that gold line from the top of the being, the blob, to a gold sun above its head, ask Supreme Being to move the being out of the rose. Pull your energy out of it and watch the being be taken out. Now you're going to look for any destroy energy from the rose. This is a very low and dark energy. So again, look for low dark colors that represent destroy energy. Now you're going to release old pictures that have gotten stuck in your golden sun tool. How you're going to do this is to look for colored dots. These are the pictures that get stuck in your golden sun. So you're going to gather up the colored dots that you find and send them down the grounding cord. And once you've sent the colored dots down the grounding cord, start to collect up your energy from wherever you've left it in the last week and bring it into a big gold sun above the rose. And once that golden sun is filled with your gold energy, fill the rose in with the gold sun. And now, since we're done working on the golden sun rose, it's time to blow it up. And you're going to put a bomb underneath the rose, light the bomb, and disperse all that energy we just worked on. And at this point, it's a good idea to create another big gold sun above your own head, collect up more of your energy, and fill yourself in with a big gold sun. And see if that doesn't feel better for you now that it's been cleaned out. Lastly, we're going to clean out the tool of the center of your head. Now, before we do that, I'm going to have you open your eyes so that I can teach you exactly where the center of your head is. So go ahead and open your eyes. And this is a little trick on finding the center of your head. You're going to take your forefingers and place your right forefinger an inch above the top of your ear. You're going to take your left forefinger and place it an inch above the top of your left ear. So now you have your two fingers sticking out of your head. Create a line that connects those two fingers through the center of your head. So draw a line from finger to finger. If you want, you can close your eyes to imagine exactly where it is. Then open your eyes again. You're going to move your right forefinger to the center of your forehead and your left forefinger to the back of the ridge of your skull, right in the center there at the back ridge. And then imagine drawing another line of energy from finger to finger. Where those two lines cross, that is the center of your head. So bring all of your awareness and attention to that place where the two imaginary lines cross. And then go ahead and close your eyes again. This is a super important concept to get so that you know exactly where you are. When you're in the right spot, you can literally see energy because you're sitting behind your sixth chakra, which is your clairvoyant chakra. if you're on the wrong spot, you can get frustrated really easily and think that you can't see energy. So anytime you question where the center of your head is, go ahead and use that little trick. Now we're going to go ahead and create a new rose for your tool of the center of your head. Put a grounding cord on the rose and ground it to the center of the planet. And I will tell you that what is taking up a lot of the space in the center of your head is people and beings. So we're going to start with people. Look for the familiar energy of family and relatives and send it down the grounding cord. You know, many of us have family agreements that allow other family members into our bodies. You can actually change those agreements at any time and cease to allow them in your space. And once you're done sending your family members down the grounding cord, next look for your friends. Are any of your friends hanging out in the center of your head? Let gravity pull them right out. And once you've cleared friends out of the center of your head, next look for work associates and bosses and send them down the grounding cord. Now, is there anyone that you've had a conflict with before? Check to see if they may be hanging out in your head and send them down, send them down the grounding cord. Now we're going to look for beings again. This is a good practice because I want you to be senior to the beings, and the more you look for them and realize you can move them out, the more confidence you will have in your tools. More confidence translates into seniority over the beings. So we're going to put a gold grounding cord under any blobs of moving energy that are beings or that you think is a being, and then draw a gold line of energy from the top of the blob to a gold sun above its head to represent Supreme Being. And once you have the being grounded with a gold grounding cord and the gold line of energy from its head going to a gold sun, then you can ask Supreme Being to move the being out of the rose. Sometimes you can actually feel the being leaving. I think one thing that's important about moving a being out is you have to be careful that you're not trying to use your own energy to move it out. You just kind of pull your energy back and ask Supreme Being to do it for you. Now, go ahead and collect up more of your energy that's outside of your body and make a big gold sun out of it. You're going to move that big gold sun above the rose that you're using for the center of your head tool and fill the rose in with that big gold sun. And once that rose is filled in with the big gold sun, we can go ahead and blow up the rose because we're done working on it. So create a bomb underneath it, light the fuse, and kablam. And it's time to create one last giant gold sun and move it to above your own head. Collect up as much of your energy as you can find. And when that sun is full of your energy, go ahead and bring it in through the top of your head. Let it fill up every cell of your body. And you can even let the excess run down your grounding cord. Good job. Once you're all filled up, you can come on out of trance. Good job. I hope you enjoyed that. I have a couple of announcements. Next Tuesday night at 7 is a healing for everyone in the sanctuary. And that healing is on your creative energy. Then we have a week off. And the next healing is on another tool of yours called the Protection Rose. So I'll actually be cleaning that tool out for you. My special this month is on your next steps and clearing out your receiving channels. So you can text me to schedule an appointment if you want. Specials are $100 and they are 30-minute reading healings. Thank you for joining me tonight. And let's ground our sleep for tonight. If you want to just close your eyes one more moment and put a grounding cord on your bed. You want to keep the grounding cord on your body when you sleep tonight. And if you want, you can create another rose for your astral, which is your dream space, and ground that. And once you've grounded those spaces, you can fill them in with your freshly cleaned out golden suns. And next month, I'm going to be doing a healing in the sanctuary on better sleep. So that's coming up in October. All right. I think that is everything that I have to go over with you tonight. Hope you enjoyed it. Got my eyes on you. Have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. All right. Thank you again for joining me. Good night.